What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I am here tonight with the review for Love and Hip Hop New York. This is season 10, episode number 5, I believe this is, you guys. And the episode is titled Some Sticky Big Biz. So, you guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump into tonight's video. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out where I want to start, but I guess we'll start up where the episode picked up where last week's episode left off. So it was with Chrissy going at, Yandy. And, Chrissy, well, actually, Yandy is telling Chrissy, like, just, before you got in here, this ain't had nothing to do with you, but you guys were arguing about her. So how does it not have anything to do with, none of that had anything to do with her? You guys are sitting there arguing about the conversation that you, Kimbella, Jonathan, and Sin were having about her with this whole issue with the house. So how's this not about her? Make that make sense, Yandy. So then Yandy, she gets mad at Kimbella, like, you supposed to be my sister, and you gonna bring her here knowing that we got issues? Yeah, you're my enemy, and she's your enemy, so a friend of mine, I can't get that saying together right now, but, yeah, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. And Kimbella tells Yandy, like, you should keep that same energy that you had at that table, which I definitely agree on that aspect. But what I will say is, and I think we've all said this, that Kimbella, she kind of put 20 on 10 just a little bit. She embellished a little bit because she made it seem as if Yandy was the one who brought up the whole situation when it was actually Sin who brought up the situation. But again, Yandy didn't have to go pull the information up on the internet. She didn't have to say that, this was 2010. Coincidentally, this is the same time that I stopped managing Jim. She didn't have to do that. So I will agree with Kimbella on that aspect. Keep that same ass energy. And then Chrissy ended up saying that she doesn't care. And I'm just like, okay, if you don't care, why are we doing all this hooping and hollering? Make that shit make sense to me. Because I just didn't understand it. Like, they are so fucking annoying. So then let's talk more about Yandy. So we see Yandy, she got the messy crew. They together. And, it's her, and I'm not going to consider Juju a part of the messy crew. Because so far, Juju seems like she's impartial. She's, she knows how to be like, hey, I'm cool with Chrissy and I'm cool with Yandy. When I'm in the presence of either one of y'all, I'm not going to speak about the other. So I'm not going to include her with the messy crew, but I am going to include Jonathan there. I'm going to include Sin there, and I'm going to definitely include rubbing pennies there. So, he does show up there, and he has Sitcky with him. And, in Yandy's green screen, she's name dropping who she's worked with, the likes of Missy Elliott, Remy Ma, Tweet. And I'm like, okay. You got a good resume, but, and I love Missy and I love Tweet and I love Remy, but actually Missy has had some hits in this decade. So I'm not gonna shade Missy. And I'm not gonna really shade any of them, but let's just talk about some artists that you guys have done something for currently. And I'm not shading Missy, not shading Tweet, not shading any of them. But, but yeah. But who I really should direct that more so towards is rubbing pennies. He loves to name drop who he's worked for, but bruh, you're a joke. You're a laughing stock. So then I think Jonathan might have made mention to the fact that Sitcky, or whatever the fuck, we're going to call her Jen. Her mama probably named her Jennifer, so we're going to call her Jennifer. So her mom, not her mom. So, he was talking about how she wants to work with Safari. And they were like, oh, you might want to get in line and, talk to Erica. She's like, I don't have to talk to nobody to work with them, which I agree with that. If it's strictly music, why does she have to go through Erica to work with Safari? Doesn't make a lot of sense. Go through his management team to get to Safari. So she made that point, but I think they were just being... Here's my thing with them. They want to talk so much shit about Erica, but at the end of the day, Safari is engaged to Erica. Safari has Erica pregnant, so he's tied to Erica at least for 18 years, if not longer. So I just don't understand why they want to keep sitting here, talking about Erica. Like, they just talk about Erica, and it just irritates my spirit. just to hear, especially hearing Yandy talking about it. It'd be a different thing if it was like Sin talking something, Sin saying, when I was with Erica, when I was with Erica, she was over the top. She didn't want me talking to nobody. It would be a different thing. But it is Jonathan and it is Yandy that is talking about her. And we're going to get more into depth about, them talking about her in this episode. So stick with me on that one. All right, you guys. So we see Christy. Chrissy, she is meeting up with Greg. So the reason why she's meeting up with Greg is because she's been told some information by Yandy that Yandy has some business dealings with Greg. So Chrissy just wants to get down to the bottom of if Greg and Yandy have some business dealings. So she sits down with him. She tells him, hey, I was at this party. And Yandy comes up to, well, Yandy and I, we were in each other's presence. And then she told me that she's working with you. Is that true? And Greg says it's not necessarily that I'm working with her. What it is she came to me. She was wanting to buy some stuff. And I told her, hey, whenever you want to do business, hit me up. We'll get it popping. Now, my thing with that is, Chrissy, I mean, I get it. He's working with somebody that you're not necessarily cool with. But you can't stop this man's money or his hustle. And if he's your partner, what you could tell him is, hey, you kicking it with somebody, doing business with somebody that I don't necessarily fuck with, rock with like that. So I'm not gonna stop your hustle. I'm not gonna stop your bag. But what I will say to you is, I don't want her in my presence. So when you guys conduct business, you conduct business with her. I don't have to be around. You can say that. So then we see Yandy. So Yandy she's meeting up with this girl named Jamila, and they're meeting the mayor of Newark. And Yandy has an idea that she wants to come up with. So what she wants to do is she wants to, do something with low-income housing, and she also wants to go into the community and teach these kids in these areas. She wants to teach them a trade so that way they can go out into the world, be productive citizens, and also give back to their community by putting money. They learn a trade, they help their community, and put money back into the community, vice versa. Which I think is an absolutely good idea because in my hometown they actually have done something like that. So there's actually it's one trade school now, but what they're doing now is for kids who are in high school, they're teaching them the trade before they graduate high school. So that way they, once they graduate, they have all the tools, you know, they have some of the tools that they need, and then they can go, straight from the school, straight from the trade school, the little high school trade school to the actual trade school, and you guys know what I mean. I hope you do. But I think it's a good idea. I absolutely 100% think it is a great idea to teach kids a skill set, because not all kids are meant to go to college, and hindsight is 2020 for me because I wish I knew what I know today. Like I wish I knew because I graduated college in 2013. I wish I knew the things that I know today that could have saved me a lot of debt. Go to a trade school, learn a trade, graduate. You don't have to be in so much debt. Hindsight is fucking 2020. But it's a good that is one things that I can say that I do like about Yandy, because otherwise I don't care for her as a person, but to see that she wants to give back to the community, as people call her Yandy Luther King. So that's a good look for her. So we're just gonna keep it pushing. So then they leave out of the office, and then they bring up this whole thing about Greg. So supposedly they met Greg, and Greg took a photo with them. The girl Jamila posted it on social media. Then Greg reposted it, and somehow Chrissy saw that, and it caused some issues with them. So Greg deleted the photo. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm so sorry, but this shit right here is hella fucking tiring already. I'm just done with this bullshit. So then we do see Yandy and Chrissy. So they sit down with each other, and Chrissy's like, okay, if we're gonna sit here with each other, let's be open and honest with one another. So she tells her that, hey, I was in the office. I was looking for your name on our, in our system. Didn't find it. Yandy says, yeah, you wouldn't find it because it was under the holding company, and the holding company that she does business under. So then Yandy brings up that photo, and Chrissy says, She doesn't. Now, here's what I didn't understand. Like, she doesn't want him working with her. Now, granted, I get it. You guys are not cool with each other, but to stop somebody else's bag and hustle, I don't agree with that. I mean, to an extent, I guess I can agree and disagree. I wouldn't necessarily want to work with someone that I don't like, I don't kick it with, I don't fuck with. I just couldn't do business with a person that I don't trust, I don't like. It'll never work. But at the same time, why stop again? Like I said, why stop somebody else's hustle? Why stop somebody else's money train? Like, why do that? If you don't rock with the person, again, tell him, I don't like her. I don't fuck with her. I don't trust her. But if you want to work with her, do you. Make sure that I'm not a part of that equation. And that's how that could work out. But I guess that would be too much like right, huh? Okay. Let's move on, you guys. All right, so let's talk about Joe. So we saw him and Tahiri. They were hanging out with each other. They're out shopping. You know, again, they're getting ready for this wedding of Erica and Safari's, which is coming up in 3 weeks. So they both have to find an outfit to the wedding. Now, Joe finds it a little odd to be out with Tahiri, shopping for clothing to go to his baby mama's ex-girlfriend's wedding. And I'm just like, eh. I mean, I guess that's a little interesting. Your ex-girlfriend is helping you find clothes to go to your baby mama's ex-girlfriend's wedding. I mean, you guys. I mean, yeah. I mean, it ain't that big. I mean, Joe's making a big deal out of nothing. It's not that big a deal. It ain't like you going to the wedding with Tahiri. Even if you were going to the wedding with Tahiri, what does it matter to Sin? You and Sin are not together. The only thing that you and Sin are doing is co-parenting your son. So it shouldn't technically 100% matter. I really don't understand why it would matter. Who cares? But, Joe wants to make a big deal of it. Don't give a fuck about it. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. It's very small, to be quite honest with you. So then we do see Eric and Safari. So Eric and Safari are going over their wedding guest list. Erica's a little worried because, they're planning his wedding. It's 3 weeks away. The cost of the wedding is expensive. She's worried about, fitting into her wedding dress because she is, starting to show. And, I mean, I think you can, pregnant or not, you can buy a dress that fits you, that makes your body look good. And I mean, she could. I didn't even see her wedding dress photos, but I'm pretty sure she looked good. Um, so then she breaks down crying, and she's telling him about his part of the list, how she wants him to cut Yandy off the list because with his friendship with Yandy, she feels like there might be something more there. No, I don't see it. So he says, oh yeah, so he's talking about how Yandy invited him out to Janoski's showcase, and Erica's like, did she invite me? Technically, she did not invite you. She just invited me, but I'm definitely bringing you. Um. So then, ultimately, as far as said, he does not want to invite Yandy to the wedding. Do we really care? Not necessarily. Not really. So then we later see him. He meets up with Tahiri, and she's at her salon. And I'm just sitting here like, why are we doing hair that is already done? Because Tahiri's hair was done. But he's just talking to Tahiri about this wedding. He's talking to her about the guest list and the fact that he wants. I guess Safari wants Yandy at the wedding, but again, Erica doesn't want her at the wedding, and I'm still confused as to what is the issue between Erica, and Yandy, because Yandy actually did mention this earlier in the episode, which I didn't talk about it, but I want to talk about it now. So let's go back to season 2. So you guys remember, Erica wanted to work. She wanted to be on Yandy's roster for music. Music and Erica Mena don't go together. So she did that. Then we talked about the fact that, Yandy introduced her to Rubbin Pennies, who we all know how that happened and what happened with that shit. He gave Olivia that song. And then she also talked about the fact that she introduced her to Kimbella, and that whole melee happened with her and Kimbella. Now, from what I've heard, I don't know how true it is, but I heard that Yandy was actually behind that whole fight between Kimbella and Erica. I heard that she had some little strings. She's playing a little puppet master with that one. But I don't know that to be true, so I'm going to say allegedly, because I don't know that to be factual. But I just don't know what the issue with them is, because and so far this season we've saw so far the only person who talks about Erica who talks about Erica as if she's this big bad person is Yandy. Anytime someone mentions Erica and Safari's wedding, Yandy has something to say. Now it does look a little bit suspicious, but this is the first time that we saw Erica mention Yandy at all. So let the chips fall where they may. I don't know what to make of this, but we're gonna move on. All right, so I don't know why we really needed this scene with pressure. I don't know why that nigga spells it PH. You do realize that says fresher. That's fuh, not fre. That, fresher. That is pressure. Damn. PH. Do you not know? Just gonna go right on into him. His scene was stupid. I could have done without it. So we see him. He is with his baby mama, Erica. Nope, Jen, who he's been with for 20 years, since the 8th grade. And I'm just like, and they got 2 kids. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, damn, you have really wasted your life. Really wasted your life. You giving this man 2 kids, 20 years, and y'all ain't married. How that's working out for you, sis? Because then, we get a little bit more detail about their relationship. So I think he said he was filming a video shoot, and there were some girls there, and Jen and her homegirls came down to this video shoot to, cause some havoc and wreck shop. And I'm just like, again, 2 kids, 20 years, 0 rings. Ah, I guess that kind of works itself out. 2, 2, 0, 2, 0. So shit, you got 2 for 0. You got 20 years with him. You got 20 years with him, and you got 2 kids with him and 0 rings. So hell, you winning in my book. I guess you could say you're winning. You're winning. Winning. But I'm still stuck on the fact that bitch. I'm not calling her a bitch. I'm just saying bitch out loud. So you think he was messing around on you, and then I forgot what they said her Instagram name is. I didn't even catch that. Jonathan mentioned it. I forgot to write it down. But the fact that you thought he was cheating on you, and you went down to the video shoot with your homegirls, that shows what you really think about yourself. Because again, you got 2 kids by this nigga. You ain't got no ring, but you fighting over him. Nah, I'm gonna have to tell him, like, bruh, make a choice. Like, maybe she's like, Chrissy, and marriage is just not an option. Maybe she's just not thinking about marriage anymore. But y'all are moving into a house out there. Y'all moving from where y'all live at, I think in East New York, and y'all are moving to Jersey. Again, why? Not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna move on. All right, and then lastly, let's close this out with Jen's showcase. So, rubbing pennies. He's gotten some, big name. He got some people there. Did, did he say Corey Guns was one of those people? I was like, really? But he said, and I know one of them because I listen to him on Sirius XM, DJ Sus One. I know who DJ Sus One is. But I was just sitting here thinking to myself, like, how much did Mona really pay these dudes to come on here just to pretend like they're actually listening to this? Because, I mean, really? We believe this? Like, I just don't see a lot of record execs going to showcases. And they're not even really record executives, but okay. Yeah, I'm still stuck on this one. Still stuck on this one. So we see, not Jen. Yep, Jennifer Janoski. She was talking to Pressure, whatever the fuck that nigga's name is. They were talking to each other, and then Rubbin Pains walks up. I'm just like, oh God, go away. So then Janoski, she gets ready to perform her song, and I was blown away, and not in a good way, necessarily, because she was rapping to a backing track, and you could hear the backing track. I'm like, you do realize that we can hear that backing track, right? You do realize we can hear that you're behind the track, right? Okay, Mona, we're gonna need you to get these people some kind of training, because come on, it should not be that obvious that Homegirl is rapping to a backing track. She's out of breath, and I can hear that she's behind the track. Just putting that out there. So that performance was over, lackluster. So then we see Tahira, she's talking to Jonathan and she's talking to Juju. And she's just telling them how Erica's trying to basically play matchmaker. And this is where I got bothered. Because Jonathan got so deep in his feelings about the fact that Erica wants to play matchmaker between Joe and Tahiri. Well, if my memory serves me correct, Joe was with Tahiri before he got with Sin. So if they were to get back together, who the fuck cares and why do you care? Oh, because Sin is my best friend. Okay. Again, why do you care? Your best friend and Joe are broken up. What does that matter to you if Erica's trying to play matchmaker? Currently, they're not together. So currently, he's single. So currently, he can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. Correct? Correct. Like, Jonathan just gets on my... Like, I want to like Jonathan, but he's extra motherfucking annoying. Now, so we saw Janoski and Pressure, whatever his name is. They're talking, and the scene between them is so fucking fake. You could tell that scene was staged because he was talking to her about. Here's the thing with me and is it Fresher? Yeah, Fresher. Here's the thing that I can get with Fresher. So, you're an artist who's struggling. You were just on last week's episode in the studio with Pap. Now, Pap ain't a solidified artist, but people know who Pap is. No one knows who you are, and here you are talking about you're starting up a record label. Who the fuck, like, you? If you're starting up a record label, you need to be trying to get your own music out there. What you need to do first is get your music out there, get yourself established before you can try to establish somebody else that is up and coming just like you. The fuck? Now, I could not understand that shit. So then Jen shows up. Jen flips out when she sees them, and I'm just like, oh my God. Are we serious? Is this serious? Mona, this can't be real. There's no way this shit is real. Absolutely no way that this shit was real. So then we see Erica, Safari, and Yandy. Yandy was surprised to see her. I'm like, oh God, Yandy, shut the fuck up. So, Yandy's talking about the fact that Erica talks about her. And I'm like, you don't do the same shit about her? Okay, pot, meat kettle. But Erica does apologize to her. Then they start talking about the wedding, and Yandy opens up big mouth talking about Safari and invited her to the wedding. Safari said he did not invite her to the wedding. Then Yandy reads this text message exchange between him. It does sound like he's inviting her to the wedding, but it's a game of semantics, basically. So Erica is pissed off, and that is basically where the episode ended, you guys. So that is it. So next week It's going to be 2 hours of Love and Hip Hop because Love and Hip Hop Miami returns next Monday. They released a trailer for Love and Hip Hop Miami today. It looked okay, I guess. Some of the storylines do seem like they're going to be a little bit fake and forced. And I'm going to go ahead and say which ones I think are fake right about now. Amara's storyline with Shay, Francine Frinsky, Bucky Johnson's brother. The storyline between Trick Daddy and his alleged girlfriend. You can't pay me to believe that that girl is actually interested in Trick dollars. You can't pay me to believe that. So those are the main two that I think are like the fakest already. Just looking at them, they don't seem genuine. I know Trina's storyline is 100% real. You know, she's going to deal with the death of her mother. Who else's storyline? Don't know what the Puerto Rican princess's storyline is. I'm so excited to see. I'm really excited to see Jocelyn back. Yeah, I'm excited for Jocelyn's return to Love and Hip Hop. So, yep, that's it, you guys. So be sure to like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else. Also, share this video, and if you guys would like to follow me on social media, my Instagram is Jbsayzwhat as it is on here. Twitter is JB_the_CEO, and my Snapchat is Mr. GB. It is _ to you, I believe. If that is not correct, it is in the description bar below. And I will catch you guys next year. Next year. And yeah, for Love and Hip, nope. We'll be back Sunday for Married to Medicine Reunion Part 3 and The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So until then, you guys, I hope you guys have a safe, happy New Year. And once again, I do want to say, I want to say straight up from the bottom of my heart, thank you to everyone who has rocked with me for this whole 2019 year. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys come back for 2020. I feel like 2020 is going to be a bigger and better year for me. And I just can't, I can't wait to see where we go with this ride of YouTube. Yes. Next week coming up is going to be a good week. Actually, no. I will see you guys again on Friday for Love After Lockup, because Love After Lockup, aka Life After Lockup, is back this weekend. So I will actually catch you guys this weekend because we got a lot of stuff coming up on this channel. I am going to be doing Life After Lockup. I'm adding the haves and the have-nots to the review roster. So it's going to be a fun beginning of the year. So until Friday, you guys, I will catch you later. Peace.